Good morning, everybody. Dr. Brooklyn Storme here from Cerebellum Consulting, Director and Principal Psychologist. How are you all? Happy Monday. I hope everybody's been having an absolutely wonderful morning. What I wanted to talk with you about today was something that happened to me this morning. So, one of the things I like to do, as some of you probably know, is promote my business, and I do that in all sorts of ways. But this morning I had feedback from somebody that said, please stop sending me junk mail, and that really hurt. And I don't know, it became quite a distraction for me for a little while, and I wanted to speak with you today about what it feels like to be hurt and how I deal with it, and maybe some of what I say might be helpful to some of you out there. So something that I find really helpful in those sorts of situations is to think about all the positive feedback that I've had from people around me, whether it's work colleagues or whether it's clients or whether it's friends. Because you know what, a lot of the time the feedback that we get is quite encouraging and is quite positive, so that's really special. And I think sometimes we just be very humble about all of those sorts of things, so it's it sticks out like a sore thumb when something negative sort of comes our way. We want to naturally give it a lot of our attention. I think the other thing is to maybe try and avoid personalising or whatever it is that's upset you, or whatever the feedback is. I mean, this morning my request to stop sending junk mail is, I respect that and I won't send this person my junk mail anymore, but I'm not going to take it on board. It's not that this person doesn't like me, it's just they don't like my mail, so that's fine. So yeah, remembering not to personalize everything. The other thing that you might want to do is take note of the people that you've got at work or at home that are surrounding you. So have a little bit of a think about whether or not you have enough cheerleaders in your life. Do you have people around you that support you and encourage you, and that are going to be there to help you pick up the pieces after something's hurt you or something's upset you? Usually a good friend is a place to start, or if you're a child perhaps, or a teenager, maybe talking to a trusted adult or a parent or a teacher can be really, really helpful too. The other thing to remember is that a lot of the time when you do get negative feedback or somebody says something hurtful, that this is usually quite random. It doesn't happen all the time, does it? It happens sometimes. It happens maybe here and there, and it happens to everybody. It happens to psychologists, and it happens to mechanics, and it happens to the ladies that work at the bakery just near my work, and it happens to everybody of all ages. But I think the thing to remember too is that if it's happening a lot, that might be an indication that perhaps there's something we can change in terms of how you're interacting with people or the message that you're putting out there into the world. For example, if perhaps you don't really value yourself and you don't value all the good things that you do, and you don't value the person that you are, some people can project that out to the world in terms of how they communicate. And then what happens is they're not valued, or the work that they're doing is not valued, and then they don't feel valued, so this cycle continues and continues. That's what happens for some people. So if you're finding that you're on the receiving end of a lot of negative feedback, that's okay. We can deal with it. We can look at different ways that you can communicate to try and get more people valuing the work that you do and the person that you are. Sorry, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Okay, so there's lots to be said. This is a really, really big topic, and it stems right back into self-worth and, you know, or what you believe in yourself as well. But, you know, we're here to help. So if you have any questions or comments about, you know, how to handle negative emotions or how to handle negative reactions, please feel free to share them so that everybody can learn. That's why we're here, as well as to reduce some of the stigma around mental health. Okay, so we're trying to create a nice little community here where everybody feels lovely and safe to share their thoughts, and you're so most welcome. If you don't feel comfortable popping anything in the comments box, other people have been sending me private message, so feel free to do that as well. It's totally your decision. Well, I'll let you go. I hope you have a really lovely Monday and that you get a chance to stop and smell the roses. And you know what, if somebody says something that's upsetting to you, just brush it off. It's really not worth you know, spending a lot of your time and your energy focusing on. I'd much rather you focus on, maybe if it's something you've done, you learn from it and move on, or focus on perhaps more of the good that you bring into the world every day. All right, well, I'll let you go. Have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for joining me here on day 28 of our 90-day share. Bye.